Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander Newsom, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. Folks from around the world, how is everyone doing today? Hope you had a good weekend. Just a reminder, the U.S. markets are closed on Friday. Close on Friday. Markets are closed. U.S. holiday. 4th of July. So don't be here on Friday because I won't be. I'll be spending some time with the family down in the Georgia area. SPY today came down to the 200 simple moving average on the daily and the 50 and bounced. So that's pretty much it. That's really the only thing to report on the SPY. We kind of came down to a support and maybe bounced. Again, we'll see how big the bounce will be if we continue bouncing from here or don't. I'm game either way. I bought some protective puts for July 290 just in case. Just in case, I will lose an R if we bounce really, really hard. And if we get something like this, then I'll be glad I had the puts. But overall, I'm still bullish, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still looking for bullish trades. I'm just having some bear trades out there just in case. The weekly still looks very strong. And I know the monthly chart, right? We close on the monthly chart tomorrow. So brand new monthly candles will be out and about, ready to party coming on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. Should be interesting and kind of go from there. Robert says, same, still positive, 3,200 delta. So if I lose $1,000 on the puts, oh well. Yeah, exactly. So again, didn't buy tons, just bought some just in case. We've had every Monday since April 20th has been up. So every Monday since 420 has been, it's not including that Monday, but every Monday afterwards has been positive. So anyway, I mean, a good day. We'll see what happens. I'm all for the long, but just kind of expecting a slow grind, more bullish to neutral. We'll find out what happens. But overall, I'm still along. The Qs, really nice retest. The Dow Jones, really strong today. And then the IWM, one white soldier on the IWM. So just going to keep an eye on the broader markets. We do have some stocks that were requested today. We'll definitely review those and we'll talk through it. But things right now are looking okay. So let's dive into it. CCLDX, CCLDX Therapeutics, trading sideways. One of those random, probably biotech, pharmaceuticals. Nope, not quite. Health technology, medical specialties. It's up post-market 50 cents on very, very light volume. So I don't know if it's going to open up there or not. But if it does, that could be a pretty interesting gap. And the overall trend looks nice on the daily chart. If you zoom out to anything big picture, you'll see that there's a lot of hurdles in the way on this becoming an actual thing. So, yeah, we got some hurdles. We got a general trend. I would be very, very skeptical on this one. Just in and out really quick if you're playing it, and that's all I have on CCLDX. Next on the list, we have Farfetch Limited, FTCH, and FTCH was looking for potentially a pullback. You had a gap and go. That was on Wednesday of this, Tuesday, Thursday? It was some day last week. And if I'm looking at it, it seems like it had a really good gap and go on this day. Nice hammer today. The low of this candle was 1638. The low of today's candle was 1637. So by 1 penny, we actually made a lower low, which I do like when that happens. The weekly chart on this one looks pretty good. I like the weekly chart, and I'd have to say that I actually kind of like this hammer candle. So when we were doing the analysis originally, I wanted to pull back to 1619. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is look at setting this up, and if we get an inside candle tomorrow, then we'll take this trade. And if we don't, and we break higher, then all should be good. Yep, so tomorrow is Tech Giant Tuesday, so I'm just going to jot this down. Tuesday, FTCH, and we'll go from there. All right, cool. That's it. Next on the list, AZEK. So I don't know if Pablo's here, but Pablo sent me an article and kind of like a longer PDF and documentation on this company, and we did some analysis on it. We walked through and did the we talked through kind of this setup as well on AZEK, the AZEK company. And what I'll do is we can set this up officially. Some traders are already in it, and if you're not, no big deal. But I think we could do a limit buy, and just to see if it does pull back into these levels. So limit buy 31.20 with a stop loss at 29.70. 29.70. And that'll be an official swing trade just to see if it pulls back. I'm already in a position on AZEK, and that's totally fine. But we remember, if you remember, we played that breakout back over here, and kind of going forward from there. So here we go. New official swing trade. And pop in here. So what's today's date? 29th. Wow. 2020. AZEK, and we're gonna look to buy a pullback at 31.20 with a stop loss at 29.70. And you can do shares on that one. I think it's a good setup based on the retest gap. It is open because not triggered yet. Okay, so there's AZEK company. Really interesting, I think. And if you want the document that Pablo sent me, I guess you could message him on Slack and he might be able to send it to you. But nice little healthy piece of information, piece of intel, and he's doing a lot of research on it. So cool stuff. Well, very bright future for that company, I think. So that's what we got. MU, yep, I can add MU on the list. I know a lot of you guys are going to be checking out on MU. Okay, here's OPES. So this company is going to be launching the BurgerFi IPO launch, public offering, merger, conglomerate, financial thing. Pretty much doing the merger acquisition, same thing that the DraftKings did and Nikola Tesla and KLA. OPES acquisition is launching BurgerFi, which BurgerFi does have some pretty good burgers and macaroni and cheese. So OPES, that's pretty much what it is. They're not going away. They're going to keep doing these for a while until they really stop working. I don't know which one's going to be the giant bubble or which one's going to be the one that kind of is the straw that breaks the cricket's back, I think is the saying. But overall, I mean, the trend is there. It is playable, and as long as you have a risk and a stop loss, that's really really what matters. If you're interested in learning more about it, I can say that this guy, my boy AJ Calvin, he lives here in Nashville, and he's been doing really well on a lot of these. So played Shell this morning, and Workhorse was gapping really nicely. So again, it just comes down to risk reward. I'm not saying to pile all of your money into these by any means at all. These are baskets that can absolutely break, right? So have a risk in place, just your normal standard R protocol. And if you win, awesome. If you lose, no big deal. Smile and move on about your day. All right, so ticker symbol BOX. So we have a swing trade on this one. And I'm sorry, we have a swing trade on Dropbox. We don't specifically have a swing trade on this one. What's in the box? But looking at it, trend, I like the trends. Interested to see if it's going to pull back. Oh, that's another MP3. One of my meditation MP3s. It's really good meditation too. So BOX 100, 200 simple moving average is 1890 and 1824. Interested to see how it's going to pull back, but you know, we're in Dropbox on a swing trade. That's pretty much it. DBX, we got a swing trade in. I'm really hoping it bounces. I mean, I'm saying it's hoping. Thomas says, are these videos recorded? Of course. It would be a pretty terrible product if they were not recorded, if you think about it. If you really think about it, it would be a pretty terrible product if it wasn't recorded. Yeah, man. All people get them. Thomas says, I have to assume parental duties. I understand. Totally understand. Be careful with those parental duties. But yeah, I really do like the candle. Now, saying this to say tomorrow is the last day of June. If we get a big pop on a lot of our swing trades and we're able to exit a lot of them profitable, we very well might do that. So we had some good moves on a lot of our swing trades today. But yeah, I would say bottom line, if we get a really, really good pop and we just need to close all of our swing trades for a profit, we can do so. Dropbox could be one of those. I don't know, but I do like the hammer. I got my stop loss in place. That's going to be DBX. Okay. So the next one is PFSI. And PFSI, PennyMac Financial Services. And no clue what this company does, but it looks strong. Rental leasing. Wow. Look at this absolute monster. Look at that monster. VSLR. Yeah. I mean, I would love this thing to pull back to what, 33? That'd be amazing. I don't know if it will pull back to that price or not, but I would love it if it does. Yeah, let's keep an eye on it. Let's see if it can do anything interesting. If not, no big deal. But if so, that could also be kind of cool and kind of interesting. Penny Mac. We will wait and see what it does. WRTX. I think it's WRTH. Yeah, probably. Well, I just spelled that totally wrong then. No idea what that ticker is supposed to be. I can't look at WTRH though. Waiter Holdings. Ooh, come on. Waiter Holdings. So it's working on breaking out, team. We've been in this one for a little bit and we're now profitable on it, which is nice. I like that. Love the pattern. And you know what I'm going to do on this one? Although I do like the actual setup and the chart and all that kind of good stuff, I think I'm just going to get out 285. I think that's what I'm thinking. Let's just take a small win on that one if we can hit it tomorrow. If you want to hold for longer, we can. Terry closed it out today. I just figured let's just take the win because again, let's pad those stats for June. Target on WTRH, hoping to exit for a small win tomorrow. And, you know, it wouldn't be the end of the world if we won small on WTRH. We've been in the trade for a little bit now. And kind of put in here, target. So we moved the stop, and I could get out at 285. We win small on that, lock in a profit. That could be really cool. Wow, a lot of you guys are throwing in a bunch of trades. Okay, let's see if I can put those and fit those on the list. All right, so that's WTRH. That's what I got. So we'll see. All right, Waiter Holdings done. Next on the list is TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. This one gaps all the time. I don't have any position in this one, but the weekly chart is pretty much an effective double bottom. Really good double bottom. You close bullish on June 1st week. So right now you just have a nice higher low, subset of lower highs. And really it could draw the lower highs like this in a way. And yeah, I'd say if it broke out of there, just plan on long is strong. right? Daily chart doing its thing, hanging out. Long to moving averages for the most part look pretty good. 100, 200 kind of crossing. I would just remain bullish on them for the most part. So Micron Technology, I know a lot of traders played Micron over earnings, and it's working out for you. So congratulations. It's gapping up to 51.5. And most of the traders who played long didn't do it with any kind of magnificent size. Most traders either do it with a put sale like Jeff because they don't mind owning shares, or they just bought a few shares over earnings. This is one of those stocks I've mentioned in the past numerous times. I would buy 1,000 shares of it and just sell a covered call until I get called away. And then just rinse and repeat over and over and over again. I've told you guys that's the strategy that I built a really monstrous account with, that I would just start with $30,000 and just find unbreakable egg baskets and just put my money into those baskets. Usually those stocks are somewhere between $10 and $90. And I would just put all the money into this unbreakable egg basket and then just do covered calls until I get called away. Get called away for a profit and then go do another one. And then go do another one and go do another one. So AMD, Micron, Apple, when it was, a little bit cheaper. Those are easy plays. Easy plays. Datadog went very effective recently. Net was a very recent one. Now I'm doing it on Cloudera. I like it. It's not that challenging. It doesn't really require that much work either, right? Because again, Micron's not going to go away anytime soon. So if you had bought a position off of these long-term averages on Micron and you get called away next week, awesome. But same thing with AMD, right? AMD is not going to evaporate. It's not going to be worthless. Selling a put almost at the exact low today, this 45 put. In fact, when we sold it, talking about the exact low, it was like right around here on the day. So some traders played this double bottom on AMD later in the day. Check out that gorgeous double bottom. Amazing double bottom on AMD. So we were selling puts on it because, again, why not? AMD is one of those unbreakable baskets. It's going to hang around for quite some time. And, selling some puts on it, got the covered call expiring this Thursday. That's going to expire worthless. And then just going to do another one. We'll just keep doing it. The next one probably will be over earnings, and it'll most likely be in August 60. And I'll just leave it up there. And if we get called away in August, awesome. And if not, no big deal. If that put sale expires worthless, which it will, awesome. Or we can always buy that back for another profit. So slowly picking up small checks every single week. So TSM, Micron, AMD. Let's go look at Axion Enterprises. My boy Ken Freeman wants to check out Axion, and he's got me all shooked up. My boy Ken's got me all fired up with that hammer candle. It's a lot of volume that came in on Friday, and you have a nice little bearish candle today. Decent little trend. What's the high of this candle? 74. So I need to make this 75. Let me just pop into a 30-minute. Let's turn the extended hours on. Okay. Something like that. All right, back over here. Yeah, 97, 93. Wow, it's like a $7 stop. Cheese and rice, that is big. But that's where it needs to go. So, okay. And we got a target 108, 107, 107.53 is right now would be the main target, which is a little bit better than a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. 107.68. It's a little bit better, but we'll find out if it actually gets up there. New official swing trade. Okay. So we're getting some new trades coming in. As again, tomorrow, there is a decent likelihood that we could just exit a lot of our swing trades for a profit. and just say, hey, cool, that was fun. 97.93, stop loss 90.80. Shares, I think it's a good trade. I think it's a good trade. If this volume was a little bit different, I might say it's a great trade, but it's good. And retest gap. And it's open because not triggered yet. All right. Perfection. Okay. Edward says, money is money. That is true, man. Gotta love money. What a great thing to love. Shift for payments. So shift for payments, I think we could also set up a swing trade on. But I'll probably do that tomorrow. I don't think it's going to trigger yet. I'm just kind of waiting it out to see what it does, because with this move, I would like a breakout, but yeah, I'm just going to give it a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time. So shift for payments, I'll just come back to it tomorrow. Because again, I want to reduce a little bit of my risk exposure for some of the swing trades. Like if we get a chance, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if WTRH hits our target tomorrow, and then we decide to exit INSG, MAXR, Dropbox, and GAN, if they're all profitable tomorrow, then I'll definitely get a few more swing trades open. We'll just have to see how we end up tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day in June, and my goal is to see if I can hit 50 Rs for the month. I'm pretty close. Unreal. What a crazy month, guys. 50 Rs, yeah. I'm at 49.5, so I think I can get there. Yeah. Pretty pumped. Robert says, you aren't at 50 yet? Nope, I'm at 49.5. Very close. But I can close it. I can close them out. So MAXR, I mean, you know, if I close out MAXR, that'd put me up there. I just really, really want to hold that because it looks so pretty. But, you know, if we close out MAXR tomorrow, just depending on what the market does, if we bounce bullish and things look good. But MAXR is a possibility. That's one of our swing trades that we're in, right? So I could definitely close that one out if I need to. INSG is the other swing trade, and INSG looks phenomenal. So it really depends on, I don't need the padding stats, but I love starting off new months with a win. So if I hold some of these into July and I can close July 3rd, well, let's say I can close July 2nd or July 6th with 3 or 4 Rs in the bank, then I know I'm going to end profitable for July. So, you know, it's one of those situations where it's like, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see. I don't want to count too many chickens. All right, MAXR and INSG. Let's go check out Fastly. Fastly had a nice little pullback today. Fastly had a little bit of a pullback. Finally hit $89 today. So FSLY still got this $40 put sale, which is somebody wants to check the math on it for me. I think we're $38.15 away. So feel free to put me down there, Fastly. I am fine with that. So other than that, I'm just going to wait on Fastly. This is not the time to buy right now. And Edward wants to know when we can start getting into some large boat positions. And I would think anywhere down here. Mid-50s would be really great. So I'm going to try to wait a little bit. If we never even retrace into there and we just kind of pull back into here and kind of rest a little bit, then we can add, you know, as we approach earnings. But guys, we have plenty of time to make money on this one. Plenty of time. So Fastly will be around this time next year. So we'll have time to play this one as it gets up into 100 eventually. Okay, so that's FSLY. Here's Square and SQ. So Square today really is just hanging out. It's a nice hammer. You hit an all-time high yesterday at 107.84. What we're doing on Square right now is we're retesting the previous all-time high. So Square is retesting previous all-time high, which was 101.15. So we're going to hang out and consolidate a little bit here. Square will eventually hit 120. This is one of those unbreakable baskets. It's just going to take its time. And I don't know exactly how big the retest will be, but I'm game to wait it out and let it do its thing. So daily chart, trends, just chilling. Hanging out, not doing anything too wild or crazy. Be bullish on it. I would love a pullback to 91. But the longer square trades sideways up here, the bigger that breakout will be. Datadog is on the list for tomorrow. Yes, sir. Got it. So speaking of, here is SLQT. SLQT, select quote. And this is just one that's intriguing. It's like a financial internet multi-line insurance company. I mean, insurance never loses. Trying to find out if this is going to double bottom or not. Is it going to double bottom? Is it going to double bottom or not? Let's wait for a break, retest. I'll put on the list for Friday. Still waiting select quote out, but it's starting to look interesting. Oh, markets are closed on Friday, so we'll do it on Thursday. SLQT. Okay. Zoom info. Still looking weird, but I like that hammer candle. I like that hammer candle on Zoom info. That is the perfect hammer. Initiate trade setup on the perfect hammer, please. Entry 52.13, stop loss 46.70 something. And again, just because I'm setting up the trade does not mean it's going to work, but that is the perfect hammer. I can't not take that trade. And that'll be it. 52.13 by 46.71. Plan Zoom info again. New official swing trade on Zoom info again. Again, the more trades I add to an official trade journal, the more likely it is I sell a lot of our trades tomorrow and or Wednesday. I might not sell them tomorrow, but I definitely might sell them Wednesday. If I find myself into like, oh wow, I got 9 open swing trades, then I'll close them out. Shares, I think it's a great trade setup. What type of gap did we have yesterday? No real gap. Okay. And it's open because it's not triggered yet. That's it on Zoom info. TEVA, TEVA. So TEVA, I was ironically and crazy enough thinking potential bearish trade on this one, but I'm just going to wait. I'll wait on the bear trade. You could have made a little bit of money today for a bear swing. I'm not saying we can't go lower. I just think bull trade makes more sense. If you're going to play TEVA, something like that, or you could just get in on the next pullback to 1150-ish. So hanging out, that's hanging out, that's chilling. Yeah, no trade set up on this one yet, just waiting it out. We can always come back to it later if you guys want. Go grocery outlet. So I put this on the list and it ran without me. Grocery outlet. Only going higher. Man, I have no position in this thing. Well, I guess we're just going to have to wait for a pullback. My setup was going to be to buy it here with a stop loss down here, but I would have missed it all day today. Oh well. Good news is I can blame Edward for that one. It can't be my fault. I'm not going to take responsibility for missing that trade. So grocery outlet, I'll put it on the list for Thursday. I mean, it looks like a gorgeous move. I've just missed it. I'm showing up to the party and there's only refried beans and 7 fried tortillas. That's all we got. Chevron, aka CVX. I got a bull put spread on Chevron and it is getting into my spread. Expiring in July. Now, the ironic thing is Mr. Squiggles is currently spot on. And I know that stocks will go into your spread at least once. So I'm waiting this one out, or at least trying to wait this one out. And the moving averages, the bear call spread will be fine. I still have 2 weeks. And technically right now it's out of my spread, the 87.50, 82.50. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of time. If we close below 84.50, I might just unravel and then cross my fingers, or maybe buy a put or day trade it just to see. But yeah, you guys we're gonna continue looking at Chevron pretty closely because I definitely will be building an exit plan for that one if needed. I have the ability to exit, but I don't think it's gonna get down too low, but it could. So it's kind of like in a prime spot for a good unravel if the market starts dropping. Okay, I have a lot of traders wanting to look in, getting into PayPal, and why would they not? But PayPal, you just want a little bit more of a pullback. I mean, the trend looks amazing, chart looks amazing. Everything looks really, really good on PayPal. It's just eventually it needs a little bit of a rest. You know, this is a retest gap, and granted, we did retest back over here in May, and we haven't looked back since. And yes, PayPal is definitely going to go higher. And yes, this is one of those baskets that I did pretty well on in 2017, 2018, 2019. I haven't done much in 2020. I did play a bearish trade on PayPal and lost bad. But as far as shares are concerned, I don't have any position in PayPal right now. But overall, yeah, nice trend. Let it pull back to the 20. I'd really like it at 158 and some change, a lot more than I like it now. But if you're playing it, the direction is definitely bullish. And if you own it, congratulations. Workday. So Workday is about to pop. Yeah. Look at this weekly charts. Edward, what are you so excited about? Do you got some shares, put sales or something? We have a rest after battle here with this weekly pattern. Rest after battle candlestick chart. You have a high wave-ish hammer type of bullish candle last week, which was an inside week. And so far on a Monday, you have an inside week. So popping into the hourly chart, Edward says he has the 280 January 2022 call. So far out of the money, $100 away, January 2022 call option. I like it. Yep, that one's going to be interesting. So I'll give Workday maybe one more day, I think. One more day. But we'll definitely keep an eye on this one because that could pop and soon. All right, so tomorrow we're going to look at Workday. Next on the list, NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, cute little hammer. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Trend is bullish. Don't be bearish on NVIDIA. I would really like a pullback on this candle here. The high of that candle is 345.31. And I'd like a pullback to like 344-ish or something, but it'll eventually hit 400. Yeah, just going to take its time. We did that interview, what, 2 weeks ago, and that was back over here at 358. So, yeah, I mean, I like the hammer off the 20. You have to ask yourself this question. Has NVIDIA bounced off the 20 EMA before? And I would have to say, I don't know. Maybe. It seems like there's a chance that it could have potentially done so in the past. But the trend is your friend right now on NVDA. So that is a hammer on the 20. So if you're in bullish, come on. Beyond Meat. So Beyond Meat has a nice hammer today. And I was watching it all day for a good bearish day trade and never really got a chance to do anything crazy fun bearish. So what I'm going to be planning now on Beyond Meat is pretty easy. This is actually a brilliant retest of this previous resistance over here. So Beyond Meat, I'm going to watch this extremely closely for the next 2 or 3 days. Because here's pretty much the plan. If we get some weakness and we trade sideways and we kind of close below here, I'm going to buy some July or early August puts to protect these calls. Because if Beyond Meat closes below here, it's obviously going to go lower and it'll trade down into 110. If we close above here, I could be talked into pretty easily going long on Beyond Meat. So if it broke, sorry, not closed, if it broke above 134.36, this is a nice hammer today on Beyond Meat. It really isn't bad. So weekly chart looks pretty good. Retested this level, so that's kind of nice. I dig it. So just watch it really closely. It came down to the 10. This is certainly a bouncing zone. I still like Beyond Meat longer term. And let's keep a very close eye. Michael says, where do you find put to call ratio daily? I don't know. I don't use it. All right. Next on the list is IQ. IQ. Ooh, this looks pretty. Pretty bird. Pretty bird. You know, IQ is still making lower lows and lower highs, though. I mean, that's interesting to at least draw. So we got a retest gap. We got above the long term. So we just looked at the weekly chart. Monthly chart. Down. Start spreading the news. I'm thinking if I wanted to buy this, it'd probably be on a pullback. And I'd most likely do half an hour, and then put a stop down here. I won't set that up now only because I have not planned it for more than 18 hours. I saw it today. Terry says the Netflix of China. You know, man, and that's what everyone's saying. I think that's why it hasn't done anything great. Everyone has the exact same story everywhere. It's the Netflix of China. And I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that everyone says it. So if everyone knows that, it's too easy. Not saying it can't work for a quick swing trade. I'm saying long term, that's why it's been so tough. Had a phenomenal move back here. And I can tell you this for sure. When I was in, I'll remember this forever. It doesn't matter who specifically said this, but I was at a conference in June of 2018 in Orlando. And there was a guy on stage talking about how IQ is going to go to 300 and it was the most bullish thing he's ever seen and so on and so forth. But here's where it got interesting. When he had said that, the only thing I had heard on IQ up until that point was how everyone was bullish on it. Everyone was bullish. You know, and I walked through the cafeteria at that conference, and there was 3 people there who earlier had admitted to being newer traders. We're talking about how bullish they were on IQ because it was the Netflix of China. And I was like, wait a minute here. So, public participation 101, exactly. I mean, I love going to trading conferences for a lot of reasons, but that's kind of one of them. Robert says, I remember that. You came back and told everyone to sell it. I did. Remember? So that conference was June 15th of 2018. And I came back and was like, all right, guys, dump IQ. Because we were in it bullish. I'm not gonna lie. We were in it long because the pattern, I mean, if you go back and day trade this, I mean, look at this pattern. Like, how are you not in that bullish? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Look at this double bottom. Look at this trend, one white soldier, stair step pattern, boom, 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 boom. It's like you got to get in that. And then look at the moving averages. So when this candle comes in, it's like, yeah, let's get in. Load the boat. So once this happened, I was like, wait a minute, that's really fast. Unload the boat. So long story short, we got out of IQ and it definitely tanked. Had a little bit of a tank city. Robert says that was the IQ, Billy, SOGO, and HUIA days. Yeah. And the only one that worked out randomly was Billy. Look at this thing. It's at 45.50. That's the only one that's rallied. All the other ones are just Drano. SOGO looks like a stone in water. HUIA looks like an old tea crumpet. Yeah, Billy is the only one that's worked out. Anyway, interesting stuff. Good to work as a team. Good to work as a team. All right. BLNK, Blink 182. Blink charging stations. Electric, ladies and gentlemen, is going bananas. Right now, electric is hot. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's getting very, very close to the end. Everyone's making money with electric. NKLA, whatever the heck Shell does, Blink charging stations. This was just a moving average play. I mean, it started crossing above all of its moving averages, just like back over here. So there's your breakout right there. So it's above all the moving averages on the daily chart. And you come to the weekly chart, and it's getting above a lot of moving average on the weekly chart, and you're kind of getting above the 50, right? So you're just getting a lot of the average plays. Is breaking above the 100 over here. So this is really what that is today, is just this big, massive breakout of some of these moving averages. But the overall trends tells me that this is not going to last. This is a hype. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that this does not exist and it's not going to happen. But with all of my years of studying and charting, and it's a lot of it, I can't remember a stock that did this, that then did this. If you guys can find one for me, let me know. But I haven't personally found one that was just an absolute double black diamond ski slope and then came all the way back. The only one that even potentially looks like that is LNG, right? But LNG, and again, I can make the argument, right? LNG, definitely you can see, it kind of did that. But you still had this and then all the way back down, then all the way back up again. So LNG, you could make the argument back here, it definitely kind of had that shape. But it returned all the way back to normalcy at once. And then Crocs, I could also make the argument of it. I could make the argument on Crocs, but it wasn't like a double black diamond ski slope. It had gone up at one point and then went down and then it kind of recovered. But even when it recovered, look, it still comes all the way back down to some point. You know, so even on moves like that, what I'm trying to get at is it's not too late. If you really do get this crazy, insane move where it trades all the way up to here and you're like, I missed that, and it goes up 74,000%. I was like, okay, cool. Let it pull back, and then you can play that move. You know? It's just very, very, very rare that you're going to get one of those wild ones out there. So anyway, Blink charging stations, probably buy the dip. Thomas says VXRT is that way. Correct. VXRT, you are absolutely right. That is you were right. That's all I can say. It's going to be a short-lived, very, very quick flash in the pan, goodbye, so sad type of setup. You get 3-4 days, and then it's over. Again, I make my living going from city to city, state to state, telling newer traders this exact information. It's so much easier to make money on something that looks like this, right? This trend. It's so much easier to make money off of this trend. Or if not this trend, you know, and if not that trend, then what? This trend. It's just easier to make money in stocks that are going up than those absolute dumpster fires of a company that reverse split 4 times. Is Dry Ships even around? No, it's not even around. I think it got delisted. Anyway, it's just easier to make money in a stock that's going up. Work, right? So Slack Technologies. I still like this weekly chart. It's just going to take time. This one's going to take a little bit of time, folks. It just needs to come down, eventually hitting these long-term averages. Right? I like the earnings. It's just a very, very obvious chart pattern. And I just think the market wants to bring it down to 28. I think there's a lot of people thinking that Slack is just, it's it, and it's got to go higher. And while eventually I agree, it's a great freemium product. It's a phenomenal concept. It's a great platform. They have a lot of really good usages. It's just going to take time for it to go higher. So don't force this one. Just tiptoe in, accumulate, give it some time. Don't stress out about it. Definitely don't force it. Don't keep piling into this one. Just let it do its thing. I do think it could eventually trade down to 28, trade sideways, and then go a little bit higher, but it's going to be a while before it does anything great. Okay. All right. Z-Links. I haven't looked at Z-Links in forever. What is Z-Links doing? Ooh, this thing looks ready to go. Oh, yeah. What a pullback. Z-Links. Z-Links. Jacob says double bottom retest. Man, you know all about it. Pressure is building on Z-Links in a nice way, folks. Earnings is gapping up on earnings? Oh, wow. Shoot. I don't think that's earnings. I think earnings are in July. But maybe it was earnings, early earnings. I don't know. U.S. lawmakers proposed $22 billion in aid to semiconductor industry. Wow. I don't think semiconductors need manufacturers, but anyway, I like the gap up on Z-Links. This is a great, wow, 90. Oh my gosh, this could be it, guys, on Z-Links. That today could be the bottom. I was about to say before I saw that, I was like, buy leaps. It looks really good above here. Z-Links top gap for tomorrow. We're going to start planning on some dip buying opportunities on it at some level. That chart looks amazing. Okay. Tuesday morning, XLNX. Definitely worth watching. So we kind of looked at AMD already. We know a little bit about that one. VSLR, Vivint Solar. So Vivint Solar does have a very nice hammer. I agree wholeheartedly. I like the weekly. This could be really nice. The only reason I'm not just running out to chase this thing bullish is because it's up 200%. But we could go higher. I'm gonna wait on this one just because I can't be in everything. But if I were playing Vivint Solar, I would play it like this. Like it is. 954 by 870. I really just want more of a pullback on the stock. That's all. Not saying it can't work though. It certainly could. Okay. Next on the list, INSU. INSU. Insurance Acquisition Corporation. Looks like another one. Yep. Financial conglomerates. We got another one. We got another one. No clue what these things are doing or even how they're operating. Just be quick about them. In and out. Don't put all of your money into these baskets because they can break. That's my song on these SPACs, random financial conglomerate positions. They've been really fun to day trade. Shell was really nice today. The Tortoise Acquisition Company, that was really cool. Played it kind of early in the morning. And then Workhorse, WKHSS. I mean, that one, AJ made a lot of money on Workhorse. Robert says, Patrick Bateman loves these merger and acquisitions. Yeah, I mean, they're playing out really well. They're moving. This one's not necessarily one of these acquisitions. This stock's actually been around for a while. But it's like an electric car OEM manufacturing company, I think. Allegedly. So anyway, that's all I got on some of these other plays. So again, VSLR, INSU. INSU, play it for a day trade, in and out, really quick positions on it. Don't do anything too heavy. Make your money on them quick and then move on. Plug Power, I mean, we talked about this one in depth a few weeks ago, a few days ago, talking about the moving average cross. This is a moving average play. And your boy Johnny Gorko made 10 R's on Plug Power. So he made some gorgeous, gorgeous gains and is going to recycle that cash into something else. So way to go, Johnny. Really good moving average play. Right? I talked about backtracking this one and looking at it. It was just a really, really good one. And the stock's been around for a while. It really has. So again, is it going to return to glory? Probably not. Probably not. But it's above every moving average possible. Other than the 200 simple on a monthly chart. So that'll be the next big resistance, 1693. I don't know if it's going to get up there. Well, I can tell you this on Plug Power, it's above every moving average other than this one on all time frames. So buy the dip and be bullish if you're looking at playing it. That's the trend, bullish. And last but not least for today is IDEX. Ideanomics. Ideanomics. Not sure. Not sure. Looks like, again, just based on history, you have a quick Tim Sykes pump, and then it goes lower. Another one, and then another one, another one, and another one. Class action lawsuit. I mean, I guess, but whatever caused these spikes and then them to absolutely drop, it looks like it's happening again. So I would say let history repeat itself on IDEX, and I would move on. All right, cool deal. Nicely done, team. So let's compile a list of stocks for you all, for us to look at tomorrow. Give me a quick second. Here's what I have on the list so far. I got EXPI, Take-Two Interactive, CGen, VMD, PAGS, Datadog, DT, SPR, WRTC, FTCH, FOUR, Workday, Z-Links, TNK, Apple, Salesforce, Facebook. Great trade on Facebook today, folks. AYX, RAD, PIN, Disney, CLDR. All right. right, team. Good stuff. Fun to be had today. Awesome stuff. Thank you all. I appreciate you. Let's look at Pinterest tomorrow too. Pinterest was up a little bit today. I added some shares of Pinterest. All right, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, legends and legendettes. I'll see you all tomorrow, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Tech Giant Tuesday. And until then, love life, live life, trade. Bye.